folks, welcome to another ride-along edition of Coiled Gamers. I'm your host, Panda here. Nice to go ahead and be in front of the camera again. I wanted to go ahead and talk to a minute before I go ahead and get into the review about why I do these podcast videos. I'm sure some of you may say, okay, he's just some guy going ahead and reviewing something that everybody else has reviewed 100 times. Big fucking whoop. It's like he's barely got any views. He's not getting any really cool new product. Why is he doing these? The reason why I'm doing these videos is because I love the vaping community. I am a hobbyist when it comes to vaping. I am not going to sell out. I buy pretty much everything that I review. And I just love every minute of it. Every minute of me doing these videos is fun. Getting in front of the camera and talking to you guys, I think it's just an amazing thing to be able to go out and be like, hey, look, here's this item. I tried it out. Here's my thoughts about it. Because one really big thing is that, well, originally, before I had started these videos, or at least I think it was before, he was still before the sellout at that point. But there was a reviewer, who I'm not going to mention his name because the only thing he needs is more publicity and his name being thrown out there, who sold out and got caught in a lie and just became an utter dick. And it's like, I used to think, okay, his videos are kind of cool. He's a little bit funny. He's a little bit of an ass, but he reviews some cool shit. Whatever. So, especially when he sold out, I was just like, okay, now is anybody else going to sell out? Which, shout out to people like Phil Basarda, who I've met in person. Fantastic guy, great to meet. I actually messaged him on Facebook, and he actually messaged back. Really cool guy. Mike Runchy, another great guy. He's Big Mike the Hill Giant. He's a really cool guy. I got to go ahead and talk to him for a minute. I didn't even want to ask to take a picture with him because he was just a chill dude, and I was just like, I don't want to ruin like the cool image I have of Mike Runchy at that time. And then shout out to Mark Todd, who has, as far as I'm aware, stuck to his convictions when it came to how he likes to vape and not changing it up sometime down the road because of the big hype around it. Shout out to people like Twisted 420, who, as far as I can tell, has always been honest with his videos, and always been just a really chill, funny guy. And he's real. He doesn't seem fake at all. He seems like he is really that guy 24/7. And that's really fucking cool. Really fucking cool. So shout out to people like them. Grim Green, I haven't really watched him for a while. So, I mean, I know he used to be a really big flavor chaser, and he wasn't so much about the clouds, and now he seems to be more about the clouds. I mean, I'm not saying that you can't switch your stance. I just don't really care for a lot of the format in his videos and the way he does them. That's just me personally. I just don't really watch him much anymore. So, if you want somebody that isn't going to sell out, somebody who isn't just being thrown shit and being pandered to, and somebody who's going to go ahead and give you their real honest reviews, it's like, I don't really go down to the technical side of it, but I go on how it actually feels to me. So, let's go ahead and roll into the review. So, I went on to Artisan Vaper about a week and a half maybe, and I ordered a sample pack, which for about 20 some odd dollars, you get a sample pack of 6 15 mils of whatever flavor and nicotine level you want. First thing I want to mention is the packaging is pretty cool, because I thought it was just going to be like rinky-dink 15 mils, just like standard shit. It's like for $20 and 6 15 mils, I did not expect to get the pen style unicorn bottles that everybody was flipping out over about half a year ago, trying to get, like, oh my god, best fucking bottles ever, oh my shit. And so that was kind of cool. And the other thing I noticed just the other day, after finally finishing pretty much all the juices, was that right here, I know you guys can't read it, but they actually have quotes from comedians. And what I thought was kind of cool is every single bottle I had a different quote from a different person. So that was pretty neat. So as you guys noticed, that juice bottle is still full. I'll touch on that one last. So the first juice I tried was caramel custard. Honestly, I had never had a caramel that I liked. Ever. A caramel vape, I do not like. I'm okay with caramels. Actual caramel candies, I'm good with. I think they're tasty. Now, caramel vapes, I cannot stand. Something about them has always had this weird chemical taste that makes me want to vomit. I could not stand it. Could not stand it. That is before this juice. I tried this juice and I was like, holy shit, this is fucking amazing. It has just a light taste of custard, of butterscotch mixed in with the like creamy, like really delicious sweet flavor of the custard. Just that creamy deliciousness. Oh my god, it was so fucking good. For me, that's a 5 out of 5 all day. I mean, that is something that I could see as an all-day vape for me. Like, I could vape that for like a week and a half and never have an issue. It was so fucking good. So I ran through that bottle pretty quickly. The other thing that was really cool, unlike a lot of caramels that I've had in the past, it wasn't a coil killer. I know that I only ran through 15 mils of it, but I was running fused core Claptons on my Griffin, which is what I'm running for all of these juices, by the way. The same exact build of some 26 on 38 gauge fused core Claptons, and it didn't touch it. It didn't even so much as discolor the cotton. It was awesome. So I would definitely recommend or buy that again. Without a doubt. Without a fucking doubt in my mind, I would buy that again. And I would tell other people to buy it. The second flavor I had was spiced custard. Now, I had transitioned in the middle of the day from the caramel custard to the spiced custard. And I think that may be where some of my issues happened. I finished about 1 tank of it. And for some reason, it just tasted like cheap buffet bread pudding. That's about the best that I could put that. Now, don't get me wrong, the flavor was not bad. That was just the closest comparison that I could find for likening this spiced custard to something else. For me, it got a 4.5 out of 5. Because it's like, it was a good, consistent flavor. It was not a coil killer. It just wasn't so much my thing. And after I had like cleaned up the build and replaced it and everything, or replaced the cotton rather, after a nice steel wire brush cleaning with this for the stainless steel coils, I went ahead and tried it again. It didn't taste like the bread pudding anymore. It didn't. It just tasted like a nice custard with the spices that are pretty much listed on it. It's like, it tastes pretty much exactly like what they say it did, which is fantastic. I mean, it's a flavor that doesn't really linger on the tongue very long. It's kind of like you vape it, a few moments later, it's off your palate. And it's not bad. It really isn't. The berry bites. Oh, the berry bites. The berry bites was fantastic. As you can probably tell, it's almost like a cereal of a similar thing of berry bites. It's a very big potential for an all-day vape. It was honestly my favorite cereal vape that I've ever had. It tasted like the cereal with the milk. It was great. It tasted like the cereal with the milk, and it wasn't overly sweet. I don't know if a lot of you know this or not, but when I had originally started vaping, I went out to a place out here called Puff Vapors, and they had a Berry Bites flavor. I went ahead and tried it. I thought it was pretty tasty. I went over to another shop, which I will not name, and they were able to exactly clone the flavor for me. And I asked them, what was that flavor? And they said, oh, it's standard TFA strawberry. And I was like, are you fucking shitting me? That was just strawberry flavoring? Nothing else? And they're just like, yeah, that's all it was. And I was like, motherfucker. That's chip. This did not taste like that. This did not taste like stock strawberry. It's like, there's actually like a cereal flavor to it. It tastes like the cereal with the milk. It's fantastic. Another 5 out of 5. Would definitely recommend and buy that again. It was just fucking delicious. The other thing that I've noticed about all 3 of the flavors so far is that they work really well at high or low temperatures, which is really weird because a lot of times custards do not do great at high temperatures. That's just typically how that is. Typically, they just don't. For some reason, they're better on cooler vapes. And the same goes for a lot of the cereals. For a lot of the cereal flavors, on higher temperatures, they get a burnt, weird taste. Doesn't happen with any of the juices that I've tried from Artisan Vaper with the sample pack. So anyway, let's go ahead and get back to it. And then the last really good flavor was the chocolate glazed donut. I tried it and I fucking fell in love. Like, not even joking. I fell in love with this fucking flavor. And I'll tell you guys why. In my old apartment that I used to live at, right in walking distance, a block away, there was a place called the Cupcakery. I am a large guy. I like my sweets from time to time. They have this cupcake there. I believe it's called the Oh My Gosh Ganache. And it has a nice chocolate ganache on top with, I believe it's some Bavarian cream in the middle. This vape tasted exactly fucking like it, to a T. Like, if I had eaten the chocolate cupcake, it would have tasted exactly the same as if I had just finished vaping the juice. It fucking blew my mind. It's like I fell in love with it. It's like, normally chocolate juices that you get, they're going to kill your coils, they're going to be really dark, they're going to just like gunk the shit out of everything. This, it didn't taste like a standard chocolate. It didn't gunk up my coils. It didn't get this weird, nasty, burning taste. It tasted the exact same from a fresh coil to when I finished the juice. It was fucking phenomenal. It was an amazing, amazing vape. There is nothing that I can stress more enough. I know that I've spoke highly about all these juices so far. This is my absolute favorite from them. 5 out of 5. all day, every day. And I actually went ahead a couple days ago over the weekend. I went ahead and ordered a nice 120 of that chocolate glazed donut because I fucking love it that much. So I'm going to go ahead and have that in a couple days. I cannot fucking wait because I am working on some leftover juice right now because I ran out of the sample pack because the sample pack didn't last me as long as I thought. Now, the next flavor that, I had one flavor, a yellow cake, which I know that I've done a review on that before. But the reason why I got the yellow cake was because in case none of the juices were good, I wanted to be able to have something that can hold me over for a couple days for me to go buy new juice. The next flavor that I tried, which is the last one that I'm going to be doing a review on, is the cookies and cream. I was not happy with it. Now, I typically don't really care too much for cookies and cream. That's just me. I mean, I had a nice Oreo McFlurry in here the other day. I had some cookies and cream ice cream. It's pretty good. For some reason, this vape, I could not stand it. Honestly, I filled my tank and I put the juice back in here because I could not stand it. It was disgusting. It made me want to fucking vomit. I could not work past it at all. Now, that's a 0 out of 5 for me. And honestly, I think it's just that I don't like cookies and cream vapes so much that I just could not stand it. And the one thing I thought was really weird about it, that was really off-putting, was that it felt like they added culotta to it. Now, for those of you that don't know, you may know it as Cool Hit or Cold Hit, the additive. The actual name of the additive is culotta, which it's not like a menthol that gives you that minty coldness. It just gives that cold sensation. I've had juices with Cold Hit before, and typically they're pretty good. Like a nice honeydew cantaloupe with some culotta in it, that I will fucking vape. This, I have no idea why you would add culotta to a cookies and cream. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's something else. Maybe I'm just that adverse to cookies and cream. Feel free to try it yourself, but I did not like it. This fucking leftover juice is a higher nicotine than I normally vape. So I'm really struggling with it. But anyways, so please try it yourself. If you like it, cool. If not, it's whatever. These are my personal views. I could not stomach it long enough to go ahead and get a baseline on it. I just couldn't. It just was not my thing. And that Cool Hit that I seemed to get off of this was so off-putting for what's supposed to be a dessert flavor. Couldn't fucking do it, guys. I'm sorry. I have no review for that juice. I don't. So, that's about what I have for that. All the rest of their juices were absolutely fantastic. Just for some reason, this one flavor was so raunchy to me that I could not take it. And that's just me. That's just something that I couldn't take. So I have arrived at my destination. That is all I really have for you guys right now. Soon, hopefully, I'll be doing a review on my VT200 that I got. Shout out to Gabriel Victorio. It's fantastic, and I think that I'll have to go ahead and put an amendment to my Wizmec RX200 because of this. All right. Stay safe out there, vapors. Friendly Neighborhood Panda, out.